If you've seen the thumbnail, then you know that we're going to be making our delicious hot honey. Let me make sure I get it correct. Hot honey ground chicken garlic rice bowl. Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. But anyway, let's get to cooking. But first of all, we want to start with making our rice, okay? And in order to do that, we want perfectly seasoned rice. So we're going to add some bouillon, chicken bouillon to the water, and we're going to start the boiling process when it comes to the rice. Now here's the thing, if you want to use, let's say maybe basmati rice for this, parboiled rice, which I like to use, that's what I'm going to be using, or even maybe jasmine rice, or you know, something brown rice goes well with this recipe as well. You could definitely start that cooking process. Now here's the thing, if you have chicken broth in hand, use chicken broth. Me, I don't really hold on to chicken broth like that, but I'm more so just add some bouillon to give the water flavor. And for me, it's good to go. All right. But nevertheless, let's start cooking our ground chicken. We're going to start our pan off with a drizzle of oil. For this recipe, we're going to be using ground chicken, and ground chicken is as lean as it gets. Chicken is starting to brown already, so it's a great thing, right? That just means we're going to be in the kitchen for a short period of time. We're not going to have to be cooking all night, okay, or all day, depending on what time you're making this. The only thing we're going to have is some excess water, which we're going to allow to dry out naturally. At this point in time, I'm going to add my aromatics, all right? So I'm going to add some bell peppers. The bell peppers is not only going to balance out the flavors as well, but it's going to give it a nice pop of color. Let's add some onions. These onions are diced up, and we're going to combine our onions and bell peppers. We're not going to cook the bell peppers too much, however, because we want to keep the, you know, like I said before, that pop of vibrancy going. If you cook it too much, you're going to lose all of that. After about 2 minutes, we are going to add our chopped garlic. We're going to allow the garlic to cook for an additional 30 seconds. If you don't want to stand there and literally count from 1 to 30, all you have to do is allow the garlic to become fragrant. The water is starting to dry out of the pan, so if you listen closely, you can hear that sizzle. That just means that the meat is going to start to fry, and that's a good thing. It's going to brown it even more. But in the meanwhile, let's season to taste, all right? So the first thing we're going to do is add some garlic powder. We're going to add our onion powder. You're probably saying, but wait a minute, you've added onions already, yes? But nevertheless, the granulated onion powder, or should I say the granulated onion, has a different flavor profile from the actual fresh onions. So you can add both of them. It's not going to spoil anything. We're going to add some smoked paprika. All right, we want our hot honey chicken to be nice and smoky. Let's add some paprika. Subtle flavor, but it's going to help to give it that nice color as well. We're going to add some Italian seasoning, all right, for a nice herbaceous flavor. Some of my all-purpose chicken seasoning, and chilies. All right, we're going to add some dried chilies. If you want to add some cayenne pepper, you could. That would be a perfect substitution. Don't forget to check on your rice. Smells amazing. Woo! Smells really good. We're going to lower our flame, because the more the water dries out, the more it's going to sizzle. All right, first thing we want to introduce to our ground chicken mix is going to be our soy sauce. All right. We're going to add some apple cider vinegar, Worcestershire sauce, sweet Thai chili sauce, let's also add some hot sauce. Add your favorite brand of hot sauce. If it's whatever it is, add whatever you like, okay? I'm not going to start a hot sauce war. Let's add some Dijon mustard. The Dijon mustard is going to give it great depths of flavor. Tomato paste, honey, we're also going to add some hot honey. You can purchase hot honey from any store at this point in time. It's no longer like a scarce item. add some chicken broth. Okay. Let's take away some of that sizzling. Stir it on up really well. You want the flavors to marry and intertwine at this point in time into the meat, okay? That's really important. We're not gonna rush this situation. We're just gonna lower the flame, and that's about it. As you can see, this looks absolutely delightful. Now here's the thing. It's not so much that I want to thicken up the sauce, because we have more than enough sweeteners within the ingredients to thicken up the sauce by just allowing it to basically reduce, right? But I want to create like a silky finish. So in order to do that, you need cornstarch. If you add flour and water, it's going to thicken up, yes, but it's not going to have that silky finish. It's going to look more cloudy, if you will. So the trick is to add some water to cornstarch. And like I said, it's not just a thickener, it's to give it that nice glossy finish. All right, let's add it in there. All right, perfect. To give it an even more rich, silky finish, let's add some butter. Give it a quick taste. See if you need to add any additional ingredients. I'm gonna add some freshly chopped parsley. Turn the stove top off and allow it to sit for a couple minutes while we check on the rice. Check out the rice, it came out perfectly. Nothing is stuck or clumped together. I'm gonna leave a video that I created it's some time back, maybe 5-6 years ago, on how to make the perfect rice. It's a really helpful video. All right, we're gonna add some butter and stir it up. We're not gonna harass the rice too much because the rice is hot, so we don't need to go in here and mix it on up too much, right? The butter is gonna melt on its own, so this is perfect. Add some parsley. Okay, jazz it up just a bit, and that's it. Hot honey ground chicken is done. All right, scratch that off the list. Our rice is perfectly cooked, set to the side. But here's the thing, I want to make some broccoli, okay? Don't laugh at me just yet, okay? I had some frozen broccoli in the freezer, in the deep freezer, and I was like, you know something, I don't have fresh broccoli on hand. I do have some bagged broccoli for when I make my $10 recipes and quick recipes and so on and so forth, okay? So what I went ahead and did, because it was too frozen to put into the pan, I went ahead and put it into the microwave. So if you take a close look, you can see that steam coming out of the bag. But nevertheless, I want to show you how to make some delicious broccoli to go along with your dinner, okay? So that's the whole reason for the explanation. We're gonna start off with adding some oil. The reason why I'm adding the oil is because butter does not have a high smoke point, and it's gonna allow the butter to not burn. Let's add our veggies. We're at this point assuming that your broccoli is raw, okay? So this is how you're gonna cook your raw broccoli. All right, let's coat it with the butter, of course. We're gonna add some garlic to give it a nice garlic flavor. Let's add some chili flakes, give it a little bit of heat factor. Salt and ground black pepper, of course, not too much. You don't want it to be salty. A little bit of your Cooking with Tammy all-purpose seasoning. And we are gonna mix it on up in the butter. Because I know there's a lot of people out there who do not like veggies. They think it doesn't taste so great. So if you make it just like this, and if you want to add, let's say, some additional seasonings, this would brighten up your broccoli. When you plate up, you're going to plate up just like this. You're going to add your rice to the bowl, obviously. And another thing, if you want to substitute the rice with maybe quinoa, that's another great idea, or even couscous. That would taste so good as well. We're going to add our beautifully cooked garlic hot honey ground chicken. Ooh, this is gorgeous. All right, let's add some broccoli because you have to eat your greens. No shortcuts when it comes to the eating of the veggies. Gonna keep you nice and healthy. All right, and that's it. If you want to add maybe, let's say, some spicy mayo, you definitely can. Or if not, just garnish with some green onions, aka scallions, and that's about it. Scallions on top, and we are ready to dig in. This is gorgeous. Cute little bowl, right? Want to get some of a little bit of everything. Got the broccoli, we got the meat and the rice. Refreshing and delicious. Before I go, I want to let you know that you can add a fresh squeeze of lime juice, and it will bring out the pop of flavors even more. Okay, my loves, but this rice bowl is, it's good. It's really good. Don't forget your seasonings at cookingwithtammy.shop. All right, check out Royalty Princess Gems for all of the girly trinkets as well. That's the secondary site that I have. This was quick and easy, and most importantly, what? Absolutely delicious. I'll catch you guys in another video. Talk to you later. Bye, guys.